Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. I hope y'all are having a great evening so far, around with friends and family, enjoying the show tonight. I know we've got one that I've really been looking forward to sharing with you guys coming in tonight. And also, I got a guest here that y'all have seen on video several times over the last few years, and I'm excited to have him finally here in the studio with us. So I'll go ahead and pan out now, and we'll introduce it. I've got Ricky Hoot Hazelgrove here with us tonight. And Hoot, you've been on several of our videos over the last few years, and Anthony, you have kind of brought Hoot around to us, and we've got to meet him through video, and you have filmed him on numerous successful hunts over the last few years, and y'all always have a big time together down there in West Tennessee. But Hoot, this show tonight that we're going to be airing, what Gobbler number was that for you? Where was that on your list?
Oh, goodness. Last year?
It was last year.
And that was about
613.
613. So, and I remember, and you guys may too, when we aired one of Hoot's hunts in, I believe it was 20, we saw Gobbler number 600.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was one of the hunts that Anthony filled was Gobbler number 600. Now, where you're not just a turkey hunting fanatic, you are, but not just that, you're also a guide.
Correct. I guided Blackwater Hunting Services in Ulmer, South Carolina. And this past spring made my 25th year. I retired from the Marine Corps in 1993 and started taking up guiding in 1995. And I ended up at Blackwater, and that'll be the only place I ever guided. I mean, the easiest way I can put it is that it's more like you're part of that family as a newbie. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You're a new hunter to Blackwater, whether it's your first turkey hunt or your 50th or 100th, but when you leave, we're best friends.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter how the hunt turned out.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know how they all turned out, but I know how a whole bunch of them turned out this year, Hoot.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of videos from you, successful hunts throughout the season, and you have a lot of returning hunters that come down there and hunt that looks like that you've got history with them, and then you also guide new people that you may have never met a day in your life.
Right, and it just never ceases to amaze me how excited I get. And this is not my first rodeo, I'm serious. I've done it for a long time. And there's not a prejudice against gender, against age, or anything like that. It's the experience I get to enjoy when I say, and I never say shoot them or nothing like that. My key word is it's on you. If I can whisper it to you, to the hunter.
Yeah,
that's to let her know that the Gobbler's in range.
Yeah.
And it just never gets old. Not old as me, but it just never gets old. And the repeat customers we get, what makes me just grin is when they want me to guide them again. But I know I've done what I could do, and it's just, I can sleep easy at night, except during turkey season. I don't, you ask him.
That sounds like Dayton when the fish are spawning. He don't sleep for about a month, I don't think, when those fish are spawning. But
it truly is. It's. I never thought after the Marine Corps what kind of career I'd have as a secondary, and this is not a career. I mean, this is till, and Terry Hires as the owner operator of Blackwater. And he and I talk a lot. We talk a lot. As a commercial, he's the owner and operator, and it's only two guys.
Yeah.
And while we're actually in an area guiding our hunters, Terry is at a different tract of land, listening, looking, doing everything he can. We're on that. I'm not really up on the phone stuff, but we're on that three-way thing.
Yeah.
And he'll text us or do whatever. Do you hear anything? How's it going? And we respond, and several times he has made my hunt, and he could be 15 miles away, and he has made that hunt.
Yeah.
That's
it's a team, it's a team effort. And when you get a good team together like that, it makes a difference. But now you still like to hunt them yourself too. And Anthony, the video we're gonna watch here in just a minute, as a matter of fact, because you were the one filming it. I don't know who it was, but it looked like Hoot was a little tore up over there.
I had to cut the camera off there. The hunt we're gonna see I mean, not only as a turkey hunt, but it had a lot of sentimental to Hoot, too.
It
Big
did.
time.
And I wanna get to that part of it. Now you were on the hunt we're going to be introducing in just a minute. You were hunting with a special gun.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about that. I understand. I mean,
I was stationed in the Marine Corps at Parris Island, South Carolina in 1987. And if you understand, when I was a kid, I didn't know what a turkey or a deer was in our area. But now, there's other game, and that's what we did. And I got into turkey hunting, and I'm telling you, it just, every fiber in my body wanted to learn, but there wasn't that many videos. There's no such thing as a smartphone. You barely could see an article in an outdoor magazine about turkey hunting. And when I got in it knee deep fast. I'm talking about, it was unbelievable. And I got stationed back from overseas third time, I think, in '86 or something. Finally convinced Daddy for him and Mama to come down Easter and let me take him turkey hunting. He had an old 870 Remington shotgun. It was first, I don't know the year, the first time that Remington came out with a real barrel. And I apologize. But
hey, that's all right, buddy. I mean, that's the deal. It's a sentimental hunt. I mean, that's what it's all about.
We didn't hunt. It wasn't a fad when I was growing up hunting. When we got done hunting, we dressed the game or cleaned it, whatever the appropriate word is, and then Mama cooked it.
Yeah, right.
But for turkeys, and here's my teacher. Here's a guy that opened up. Of course, we got a farm, and just from day one of squirrel hunting, when I wasn't a retriever anymore, I was actually
We've all had our retriever days, yeah.
And my mother went with us that morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, I get up. We live in base housing. I go to the bathroom. Daddy got the coffee going. We got about a 45-minute drive. Mama's in the bathroom putting camouflage makeup on. I'm like, Mama, what are you doing? I'm going with y'all. And I went, no, please. So for 44 minutes and 30 seconds, I'm going over every don't I could think of. Don't do this, don't do that, don't be talking this, We pull up, unlocked the gate, got to the area we were going to listen, and Daddy and I got out, and Mama got out and slammed the door. And I walked over to Dad. I said, Daddy, I don't know now. Walked in 100 yards, and I out-hooted, and 3 turkeys gobbled, and I'm in panic mode. I built Mama a nest, and told her, go to sleep. That's the best you can do. And if you realize the camouflage at that time, Daddy was wearing a Marine Corps fatigue jacket I had and blue bib overalls, because that's what he wore. And we got to sit down trying to do it real fast. But anyway, when I tree yelped, the turkeys gobbled, and I whispered to Daddy. I said, Daddy, I'm not calling anymore till they get on the ground. All right? And I'm like, oh, God, we got to be quiet, Daddy. We gotta be, but how you tell your Daddy quiet when you get elbowed or something? And I'd ease my eyes back to Mama, and she'd be in the little nest, and I'm going. Anyway, heard a real hen coming. I said, Daddy, I can't compete with her. She can walk right up to them, and they can see it and everything. All right. And I'm like, well, we didn't have even seat cushions then. We're sitting up against a tree. So even an acorn could turn into a boulder after a while. But I'd ease my head back to Mama, and it's the same thing. And I'm like, oh man, please, let me get through this. Let me get through this. And as I was easing my head back to Daddy, one last time, I was going to look at Mama before I was going to call to just, if nothing else, see where the hen was or what's going on. And when I eased my eyes as slow as I could, there was 2 longbeards standing about 30 yards from us, had never opened their mouth, which is pretty
That's
common.
Typical. It is.
And now I'll tell you, Daddy smoked an old Zippo cigarette lighter, makes a very loud racket when it opens.
Yeah.
He was fixing to light a cigarette, and I'm going, no, to your left, Daddy. Well, now I'm looking at the gobbler thinking Mama is going to mess up everything. I never even knew the barrel came across, and he shot, and the turkey started flopping, and I just, you know, he knows me. He knows what happens after the shot. But anyway, I ran to the turkey and went back and got Mama out of the nest and come up, and she's just grinning and grinning. And Daddy came up, and he smiled so hard and grinned, his teeth literally fell out of his mouth. I mean, and you can't script that. You can't.
That's right.
You know.
And so this hunt that we're going to have in the next segment, we're about to have to get over to our wild game forecast, but you're going to be carrying that same gun. So that Remington Wingmaster, I'm so glad you shared that story too. That's a great story. But this Wingmaster that you're going to see Hoot using in this video is that same shotgun he just told that story about. So really looking forward to sharing that hunt coming up, Hoot. We appreciate you sharing that. We're going to go over right now and do this week's wild game forecast. This week's wild game forecast is being sponsored by Wilson Bacon Trust. You guys can stop in at one of 29 Middle Tennessee locations. Let them take care of all your banking and financial needs. And be sure to tell them thank you for everything that they do for us right here at the show. All right, guys. Well, Dayton, what's going on, man? We got rain coming in. Our spawn's it's weaning off.
Weaning off. Well, catfish should be coming on spawn.
Yeah, catfish time.
Yeah.
So you just said earlier we should have brought some catfish bait this morning.
Yeah, if we get enough rain, we'll get the creeks muddy, you know, and that'll bring the catfish up in the creeks. They like it real muddy. A lot of people don't know that, but when your creeks flood and that pouring old muddy water's coming through, it's a great time to catch them on shad guts or skipjacks.
A lot of food in the water.
A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Shad spawn still going on a little bit. Time to get out there, you know.
It is. I think that, and after this will kind of be our last little push, I think, of our cooler weather. We'll get into more of a summer pattern, and people are going to have to find fish for the most part a little bit deeper. There's some topwater action going on right now,
right
though.
now
I wasn't going to tell on you, you know, but I got to throw it out there. There's some fish eating topwater right now, pretty good.
Definitely.
Several different Middle Tennessee lakes, not any in particular, to be honest. Just early morning, especially late evening, or just a cloudy, misty, rainy day all day. They've been eating
right,
it. Right,
like this week's weather, this total week's weather, with that cold front come in, it's just got them a little more active. The cloud cover's what's the best. You know, anytime you get cloud cover, it's a lot better.
It has. Well, guys, we want to remind you to follow us on Facebook. Keep up with us there. You can also find us at swwtv.com. Find links to all of our past shows there. We'll be right back here in just a minute with this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.